Hey, take 3. Oh, I'm still poorly, but actually I had dreams last night, like work dreams. And then shortly after I got up, little combos in my head, and I was like, oh, I could do a video on that. And then the day's gone by, and I'm like, oh, it just feels like crap, and all this, that, and the other. And then I've just come across this meme, and it's like, right, okay, let's just do it. They tie in, let's just do it. So disclaimers up front. These are my thoughts and opinions only. Also, I swear, and also I go off on tangents, which I'm more than likely to do because my brain's still fried. So if you lose me at any point, let me know where I've gone off, and if I think of anything, I'll come back. Anyways, so let's start with the meme that I've just seen. And it says, people on benefits aren't negatively affecting your life in the slightest. Your life sucks because of the rich, and blaming people on benefits is exactly what they want you to do. Now, this is fact, right? It's like little Ethel down the road with her fucking hip replacement on disability benefits, getting a couple of £100 a week, is nothing compared to the billionaire who's making that every single day just in profits on what he's sitting on for himself and not sharing from the banks, because we are run by the banks, and we need to see this. I saw a tweet this morning when I was in bed from Carol Vorderman. Now, I am a huge Carol Vorderman fan. I am not saying anything bad about Carol Vorderman at all, because she's my hero, right? But she was saying about the Tories and Labour, and we're getting there, and, and getting the Tories out, and this, that, and the other. So I had to comment on it, and just say, but we're not run by governments. This should be basic knowledge by now. We're run by banks. We have been since the monetary system bloody started. The government is just an illusion of choice. We should all know this. It should be intrinsic common knowledge that it doesn't matter whether the Tories are in, whether the Labour's in, or whether the monster raving fucking loony party's in. They all have to serve the same master, and that isn't us. They don't work for us, they work for the banks. Why a seemingly fucking, because Carol Ford, massively intelligent, humongously intelligent woman, definitely need her on the matriarchy. In the matriarchy, we can take down them bastards. Yeah, but yeah, it's like, I don't get why people don't get this, but then people aren't told this, and we don't, it's like my cold, for example. I was thinking when I was in the garden earlier on, it's like 3 years ago, I would be looked at, and I was looked at like I was a pile of shit because I didn't have a mask on. Now, people don't even look at me sideways when I'm coughing my guts up, because the telly hasn't told them that that's what they've got to think. Anyway, this kind of ties in with the message I got this morning. So I'm good. Like, the purpose of talking about this is conspiracy theory, right? Now, every June, July even, in the summer months, there is a thing that goes on called Bohemian Grove, where the rich and the powerful, the elite, the self-titled elite, gather and discuss policy making. Just basically, hold mock sacrifices. The men all dress up as women and put on a little fucking song and dance routine, like the rich and powerful men will dress up as women and do a little song and dance routine where there's no cameras. There are no cameras. There are literally, and back in the day when I first started researching, when I came across the thing called conspiracy theory, you could find this stuff out online easily enough. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's a bad man, apparently, allegedly. I read an article of something that happened at Bohemian Grove with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which would put anybody off him for fucking life. But then most of the people up there, not up there, them bastards, they're all like it. Trust me, mate, they do debauched shit. But the further you get up the celebrity ladder, the rich ladder, the, you know, fame ladder, the more debauched you have to be. Otherwise, you don't get to keep that status because you're not part of the club. That's why, no, don't mention Rod Stewart. There are some people that seemingly have very little talent who've had careers that have spanned decades and are keeping going, and don't mention Rod Stewart. And yeah, I can't think why. Anyways, so at the minute this is going on, nobody knows about it, right? There's another thing called the Bilderberg meeting, where the leaders, they lead us. They don't rule over us. We've got totally, it's not an illusion of control. Of course we've got control over our lives. It's not all handed down from people who do it in secret meetings. People aren't allowed to know what goes on at Bilderberg meetings and what goes on at Bohemian Grove. That is purely for them bastards to get together, talk to each other in secret about the way they're going to make us live our lives. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's fucking conspiring, mate. They actually conspire. So why is it that we're not allowed to think that they conspire when they actively do it? They shut the doors, there's no cameras, we aren't allowed to know what these policies they're making that rule our world. We're not allowed a say in that. That's them conspiring, mate. It is not a theory. And yeah, we go, the everyday Joe Bob on the street, if anybody like me says, excuse me, but there's 2,000 excess deaths a week, like, does that not sound dodgy to you? Because that wasn't happening when we were meant to be in a deadly pandemic. There weren't excess deaths in a deadly pandemic. Now that they've sorted it out and brought out, something to end that deadly pandemic, we're all of a sudden dying and nobody's asking the questions because the telly doesn't tell you that you've got to look there. We literally, like, I'm sorry, because the term, and obviously, like, I'm preaching to the converted, this is common knowledge, right? Except to your average lay folk who believe the telly. Has my tip been out this whole time? Sorry. Oh, if only I could still bloody edit shit. That's highly unprofessional, isn't it? But then I am their arch nemesis. I am their complete polar fucking opposite. So yes, occasionally I'm going to lop out a knocker. And, ooh, shock of shocker. Yeah, so basically the term conspiracy theories was coined when basically the common man, or people, were asking questions and basically pointing out the straight up fucking fact that Lee Harvey Oswald couldn't possibly have shot John F. Kennedy. There's all the distances and he'd have to be a sniper of fucking monumental proportions, but there's the fact that he was shot from the front because the back of his head blew out. And if Lee Harvey Oswald did it from the back, the front of his head would, it's basic. I always pick one basic thing, you know, to sort of like, you know, there are the shitloads of proof that JFK was shot, not by Lee Harvey Oswald. And basically people were asking questions. So they in their secret meetings, conspired, and with the aid of the media, because the media goes to places like Bohemian Grove and fucking, they're all in it together. And I think I read that there's only 6 companies that own every single news outlet on the planet. Like, it all goes up to a very small handful of people. And that very small handful of people, as we've just witnessed over 3 years, control the entire fucking planet. Because nobody was dying in America, nobody was dying in Norway, nobody was dying in Sweden, nobody was dying in the UK. And every single one got put in fucking lockdown. Don't quote me, because I might have just said somewhere that didn't have lockdown. I don't think Sweden had lockdown. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying? All over the world, countries reacted in the same way to a non-existent threat. And then all brought out at the same time in record speed. Whoa, we've all got numerous bloody jibble-jabbles for that fucker. Ain't that fucking... How did we all do it all at the same time on one go? And I'm called a conspiracy theorist in a negative way. But yeah, they conspired to make that happen. These are just facts. They conspire about fucking everything. They conspire to lie to us. And the majority of people still just believe what the shiny picture box in the corner of the room that all the furniture's pointed at is telling them, because that tells them that that is right and they should listen to them. They say on the telly, you know, because like they are all tied in, and every single fucking media company, including the like TV, Hollywood, all controlled by the same fucking people. They had Roy Cropper and Hayley Cropper when she was dying of cancer, I think it was, saying, don't go on the internet and look up. Don't do any research on the internet because the internet lies. Like on the internet, if you go round there, fall down that rabbit hole, mate, you'll start to realise, hold on a minute, and then factor into it the logic. Because there is no logic in what the TV tells us that we've got to believe. But when you look, and like I say, years ago, you could find all this stuff out. You could find out what was going down in Bohemian Grove. You just needed to do a Google search. But guess what? Google is also owned by these people. And these people got together and conspired to make it so that we don't get free access for information, and so that if we give out free access to information, we're shut the fuck down. This is all happening, people. It is all happening. It is not conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy fact. They are our enemy. They are controlling us. They are intent on depopulation, and they want way over half of us dead, and they'll do whatever they can to get there. Bit of a deep one, especially because I'm poorly. If I've missed out, I'm sorry. I'll stick it in the description. If you've watched till the end, I owe you a bevy. And if you are a returning subscriber, then let me know your deets and I'll send you a badge. And also, if you're not subscribed, please consider, because we are on the same team here and we need to be converging. We need to be coming together with all of our differences and making them work together. All the writers, the ad men, the actors, the fucking shoemakers, the bakers. We need to be coming together and sharing our skills, because they own them all right now. And they just use all of our skills and all of our abilities, take them all to make their life perfect. We don't matter. We never fucking will. So, who's with me for standing up and telling them to fuck off? The noncy little... No. What they do with their little wizened genitalia, the little old fucking wanky sods, is up to them. I'm getting a bit irate, ain't I? I'm going to go. I've got date night tonight. So, I love you all.